Tell me real quick, let's talk a little bit about Lake Claiborne right now. I was just up there recently, and it's not just a little low, it's a lot low. And so, but this was all done on purpose. What was the reasoning, and why is it lowered, and how often do you guys do this?
Well, in 2010, the watershed district, which I'm a member of, had voted in a 6 year cycle on pulling down the lake to 7 feet, and that's done for erosion purposes and gives the opportunity for the landowners around there to repair seawalls and build piers and boathouses and things like that. So, but it was scheduled for every 6 years.
Some lakes do it every year. I mean, what's the reasoning why you guys have such a space into it and decided to give it that many years?
Well, we went along with the wildlife and fisheries. That's one thing that they also recommended for us, and that's just we have some the hydrilla and the salvinia and things like that, which have been existent in our waters for quite a while now. But it seems to be the magic number is about every 6 years to have a drawdown like this, and it kind of helps maintain, keep that in check. And we're not, we've even been in discussion if this thing becomes a problem as these grasses, we could even go to a 5 year drawdown. But we'll just
So,
kind of see what the future holds for us.
so I was out there on the lake, and from what I understand, that it's not 7 right now. It went all the way down to 10, and so I'm guessing you guys had left the gates open there because for some reason or another you thought it wasn't at a certain level. What ended up happening there? What's the reason for that?
Well, we had a malfunction, Patrick. It was with the gauge that keeps up with our water level. The lake was down to 6.9 feet, and we were just kind of the DOT along with us. We thought we were maintaining a 7 foot drawdown. What we didn't realize there was a malfunction in the gauge, and and it people that lived on the lake and what have you noticed that it was a little lower than it had ever been before. So that was brought to our attention. We go out and check things, and it was actually brought down to 10 feet. But we have
So
shut
so
the
so
gates
what's
since then.
so that's what I
We
was going
shut
to
the
ask you. So the
gates.
gates are now shut. So what's the plan?
The plan is to allow it to fill back up. We're going to shut the gates at January 31st. That was the scheduled time to shut the gates, but we went ahead and got them closed to capture, this rain we just had, which brought it up about 6 or so inches. So we got that rain, and we're going to just leave them shut, and hopefully we'll get some more rain and start filling the lake up. In the event we get some enormous flood in the next couple of weeks, we will bring it back down to the promised level of 7 feet, to give everyone ample amount of time, just like we said we would, for their repairs and what have you. But right now, they're shut, and we're trying to catch the rain, and we will. Last time we had a drawdown, which was in 2018. We did have an unusual amount of rain that year, but it filled up in about 30 or 40 days.
Yeah, it's strange. Usually whenever lake levels are low, a lot of times the fishing turns on red hot. I think, unfortunately for you guys right now, going down 10 feet, unfortunately, it does limit some of the ramps to get on the lake, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it does. But it has allowed us to do some repair work on some ramps. And especially on the 146 public boat ramp, we're doing a pretty major project there, putting some riprap around it. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but that's some larger rock. And at the end of the ramp, we're able to extend it a little bit. It was a pretty major drop off right there. Along with that, we're pumping some foam under the concrete for erosion purposes and kind of leveling the pads out on the ramp itself. And we're also building a pier right there beside the ramp to make it a little more user friendly.
And just one more thing for you, as far as the Watershed Commission there with it, you guys are also looking at other things, other ideas, and from what I understand, you're in talks at least about doing some stuff with some cypress trees. Can you just elaborate on that?
Yes, we in our last meeting we did discuss launching a tree project. We're we're looking into that. And what it is we're constantly trying to put structure in our lake, and wildlife and fisheries have come out and put some artificial reefs and different things like that. So we thought as a committee, why not on some of the back of some of these coves that aren't in major boat roads and what have you, maybe plant a few trees, some cypress trees, maybe even some willow and things like that that grow well in the water and around the water, just to create better fishing habitat. But trees help the air, and birds, etc. There's just a list of things that it positive that it would do.